All right, so I'm sure you're like me and just love movies and music and games.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But have you ever thought about like how they're actually made?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Well, that's what we're talking about today, and we're going to be going deep on this episode of Tomorrow's Intelligence.
Okay, good.
And it's all about AI and how it's changing entertainment.
AI is really like stepping into the creative side of things now.
Yeah, like it's not just like special effects anymore, right?
Right,
Like
exactly.
AI is actually like helping make the art itself.
Yeah, like the AI programs can like analyze all these screenplays and then try to predict if audiences will like them.
Whoa,
And he can even help like write scenes.
that's wild. So
Yeah.
there was this film producer they interviewed on the podcast,
Okay.
and he was actually using AI to like help him get ideas for the story and to make those like visual effects faster.
Yeah.
He said it was like having another person in the room helping him think.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's super
I
interesting.
know, right?
Yeah.
Like it really makes you wonder,
What's that?
like where's the line, you know, between AI just being a tool and AI actually being like the author, you know?
Right, like who's really creating the art?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, they talked about this program on the episode called Scriptbook,
Okay.
and it can like look at a screenplay with AI and then like predict how much money it'll make at the box office.
Wow, really?
And so like some studios are already using it to decide which movies to even make.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah, like how much power do we want AI to have over which stories get told?
Right.
It's a big question.
Okay, so AI is changing film,
Uh-huh.
but what about music?
Oh, yeah.
So it turns out AI can actually compose music
Oh, wow.
and even mix and master tracks too.
Really?
Yeah, and get this, it can like copy different genres and even like sound like specific artists.
Oh, that's crazy.
I know.
It's a total game changer.
So like how does it even work?
Well, AI can like analyze tons of music
Okay.
to understand like all the little details of different genres and even like individual artists. So it's not just copying, it's like learning the rules of the style and then using that to make something new.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is.
So they talked about this program called AIVA.
What's that?
It stands for Artificial Intelligence Virtual Artist.
Okay.
And it makes soundtracks for like video games and stuff. And what's cool is you can like tell it what kind of mood you want or like how fast or slow it should be.
And it just makes it.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. And they also interviewed this music producer who like uses AI in his actual work.
Okay.
And he said something that really stuck with me.
What was that?
He said that like AI is great for trying things out and coming up with sounds,
Yeah.
but it's the human part, you know, the emotions that really make music connect with us.
I can see that.
Okay, so we've done film, we've done music.
Uh-huh.
Let's talk games.
Okay, for sure.
So AI is like bringing games to a whole new level,
Yeah.
like making them way more realistic.
Right.
We're talking like smarter characters and worlds that change as you play.
It's like the game reacts to you.
Exactly. That's so cool. And they had this game developer on the episode, and he was talking about how they're using AI to make those characters in games, you know, like the non-player characters or NPCs.
Yeah.
They're using AI to make them smarter.
Oh, wow.
Like they can actually learn from how you play the game.
What?
Yeah, and then like make their own decisions based on what's happening around them.
That's crazy.
I know, and it's like they can even have their own unique personalities.
It's like they're real people.
I know, right?
Wow.
So there was this one example that really blew me away.
What was that?
It was about these open world games, you know?
Yeah.
And how they're using AI to make the characters like way more responsive to what you do in the game.
Interesting.
Like imagine you're playing and the characters you meet like remember you from before and they react to the choices you made.
Like they actually remember you?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Like they're real people living in this world.
It's like you're actually part of that world too.
I know, right? Wow.
So AI is changing everything.
Uh-huh.
It's even changing art.
Really?
Yeah. There are these programs that can like make visual art and even digital avatars.
What?
And they can do it in all kinds of styles.
Like what?
Like they can copy famous artists or even come up with completely new styles.
That's amazing.
I know.
But is it really art if a computer made it?
That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, is it still art if a human didn't make it?
Right.
And like, who owns the art?
Yeah. Good question.
It's a whole new world of
It
questions.
really is.
So they talked about this platform called Artbreeder on the podcast.
Okay.
And it uses AI to let you make like these digital characters.
Yeah.
And you can like mix different pictures together and change features and even make them move.
Wow, that sounds cool.
Yeah, it's like having a digital art studio.
That's amazing.
But it's not just about making pretty pictures, you know?
What do you mean?
Like it's making people think differently about what creativity even is and like what technology means for art.
Yeah, that's true. They had this digital artist on the show,
Okay.
and she was talking about how she uses AI to help her be creative.
Mm-hmm.
Like she said, it helps her try out different ideas really fast and experiment with styles she wouldn't normally use.
Interesting.
She actually compared AI to like a partner who helps her be more creative.
Wow, I like that.
Yeah, me too.
So AI is like changing how we even think about art.
Exactly.
That's pretty profound.
It really is.
So if a machine can make something that like makes us feel things, is it still art?
I don't know.
That's a tough one.
It's a question we'll have to keep thinking about.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll explore those questions even more as we keep going with this deep dive.
Cool. I can't wait.
Me neither.
Okay, let's do it.
Sounds good.
So before we go any further,
Yeah.
we should probably talk about digital avatars.
Oh, yeah. Those are really cool.
It's like AI is making it possible to like have a digital version of yourself.
It's like straight out of a sci-fi movie.
I know, right?
It could change so many things.
Totally. Like imagine going to a concert virtually,
Whoa.
but like as your digital avatar.
That would be so cool.
Or like going to a meeting.
Or even trying on clothes online. Like you
Uh-huh.
could see how they would actually look on you.
Exactly.
That would be awesome.
The episode mentioned this company called Soul Machines.
Okay.
And they're making these like super realistic digital people.
Wow.
And they use AI to power them.
So they're not just like pictures?
You know, they can actually like respond to you and stuff.
Really?
And like they can even have conversations.
That's mind-blowing.
Like the future's already here.
I know, right? But like with all this cool new stuff,
Yeah.
we have to be careful.
Oh, definitely. Like we have to think about how this technology could affect us.
Exactly.
One thing that really stuck with me from the podcast
Yeah,
was how important it is to develop AI responsibly.
that makes sense.
It's not enough to just make these amazing things.
Right.
We have to think about what they'll do to the world.
Like what kind of impact they'll have.
It's exactly.
Yeah, and they talked a lot about transparency in AI,
Yeah, like we need to know how these things work.
especially when it comes to something like entertainment, you know?
Right, because if AI is going to be making our movies and music and games,
Yeah.
we need to understand how it's making those decisions.
And like what values it's using to make those decisions.
Exactly.
It's not just about transparency, though.
Yes.
It's also about making sure AI is inclusive.
Right, like it needs to represent
Just-
everyone,
Exactly.
not just a small group of people.
They made a good point about bias.
Oh,
Like if an AI is only trained on certain types of data,
yeah.
then it might not be very good at representing other types of data.
Like, for example, if it only learns from screenplays written by men,
Yeah,
it might have trouble writing stories with strong female characters.
exactly. Or if an AI music composer only listens to Western music.
Then it might not be able to make authentic music from other cultures.
Right, so we have to make sure AI is trained on all kinds of data so it can represent everyone.
And we have to be careful about bias.
Yeah, like we have to make sure AI is used to make things better.
Not worse.
Exactly.
Like AI is a tool,
Yeah.
and it's up to us to use it the right way.
We have the power to decide how it's used.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's go back to the art side of things.
Okay.
AI is really making us rethink what it means to be creative.
Yeah, like can a machine be creative?
Right. Or is AI-generated art really art?
Those are big questions.
They had this AI ethics specialist on the podcast,
Okay.
and he said that maybe we need to change how we define creativity.
That's interesting.
Because if we say that creativity is about making something new and original,
Yeah.
then AI is definitely creative.
Right. Like AI can come up with new ideas and make art that's totally different from anything a human could make.
Exactly.
So maybe the question isn't, can AI be creative?
Right.
It's what kind of creativity does AI have?
That's a good point.
Like, is it just following algorithms?
Yeah.
Or is it something more than that?
Is it really coming up with new ideas or just copying what it's seen before?
It's a question philosophers and artists are going to be debating for a long time.
Probably.
But one thing's for sure,
What's that?
AI is making us rethink what art is.
And who gets to be called an artist?
Exactly.
So they talked about some examples of AI art that have been making a big splash.
Oh, yeah, like what?
Well, there was this portrait that an AI made,
Okay.
and it actually sold at an auction for a lot of money.
Wow, really?
And then there was this piece of music that an AI composed, and a whole orchestra played it.
That's so cool.
It really makes you wonder about the line between human and machine creativity.
I know, right?
And it's making people question whether AI art is really valuable.
Yeah, like, is it just a gimmick or is it something more?
Some people think it's just a fad.
And others think it's the future of art.
It's a really interesting debate.
But even if AI art isn't real art to some people,
Yeah.
it's still having a huge impact on the art world.
How so?
Well, it's inspiring human artists to try new things.
Interesting.
Like, it's making them think differently about how they create.
And it's opening up new possibilities for what art can be.
Right.
So it's safe to say that AI is more than just a tool in the art world.
Yeah. It's like it's changing the art world itself.
And who knows what it'll do next?
It's exciting to think about.
Definitely. Okay, so we've talked about AI writing screenplays and making music and all that.
Yeah.
But like, what's next for AI in entertainment?
Right. Like, where's all this going?
That's what I want to know.
Well, the podcast had some pretty wild ideas.
Like what?
Like, one thing they talked about was personalized storytelling.
Personalized storytelling.
Yeah, like, imagine an AI that could, like, make a story just for you.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, based on, like, what you like and what kind of mood you're in, even your personality.
That's crazy.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's like having an AI screenwriter who knows you better than you know yourself.
And it'll write a story that's perfect for you.
Exactly.
That's wild.
They even talked about this experiment where they used AI to make a choose-your-own-adventure game.
Oh, cool.
But, like, instead of having all the options written out beforehand,
Yeah.
the AI would come up with new choices based on what you did in the game.
So every time you played, it would be different.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
like the story is changing as you play.
That's so cool.
And it's not just games either.
Really?
They were talking about, like, movies that could change based on how you're reacting.
What?
Yeah, like if you're getting bored, the movie could speed up.
Wow.
Or if you're really into it, it could slow down and show you more details.
That's mind-blowing.
And imagine music that changes based on your mood.
Oh, wow. Like if you're feeling sad, the music gets slower and more mellow.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be incredible.
It's like AI is becoming a partner in creating entertainment.
Yeah, it's not just making the entertainment. It's like helping us experience it in a whole new way.
It's super exciting, but it also kind of makes you think,
About what?
like, how much control do we want to give up?
To the AI.
Yeah, like, do we want it to just give us what we want all the time?
Or should it challenge us a little?
Right, like maybe we should let AI show us things we wouldn't normally choose.
Yeah, like help us discover new things.
It's a tough question.
Yeah, we want AI to make entertainment better.
But we don't want it to just put us in a bubble, you know?
Right, like we still want to be exposed to new ideas and different perspectives
Exactly. That's why it's important to talk about all this now.
while the technology is still being developed.
Yeah, so we can make sure AI is used in a way that's good for everyone.
So what do you think is the biggest takeaway from all this?
That's a good question.
Like, what's the one thing you want people to remember?
I think the biggest thing is that AI isn't just a tool anymore.
Okay.
It's like a force that's changing everything about entertainment.
It's changing how it's made, how we experience it, even what we think about it.
Exactly. And it's pushing the limits of creativity and making us ask some big questions about art and technology.
It's a pretty amazing time to be alive.
It really is.
So the next time you're watching a movie or listening to music or playing a game,
Yeah.
think about the role AI might be playing behind the scenes.
And let your mind wander to the possibilities of what entertainment could be like in the future.
Because who knows what amazing things are just around the corner.
Yeah. The future of entertainment is wide open.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. But thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Yeah, it was fun.
We hope you learned something new and maybe even got a little inspired.
And maybe even a little scared.
Uh-huh. Maybe.
But mostly excited about the future.
Definitely.
All right.
Until next time, keep exploring and keep wondering because the future of entertainment is unfolding right now.
Bye, everyone.
See ya.